Good afternoon, everyone. The time has started. It's 2 o'clock now. So we're just going to go and get started. The first thing that we're going to be looking at is a video of the Provine High School's Hope Credit Union Academy of Business and Finance. And that will be playing shortly for you guys.
New at 6, the JPS school is offering life lessons in saving and managing money through a credit union branch on their campus. As Rosalind Anderson reports, students can open accounts beyond their way to building credit.
Leadership application is right here.
Provine High School seniors are stepping into the world of finance, operating the Hope Credit Union branch set up on campus. The school's business academy worked with the credit union, Jackson Alignment, and JPS to set up the branch. It allows students and teachers to open savings and checking accounts, as well as learn about credit and money management.
I see people in my community, they really don't too much know about banking, and I feel like I could learn about banking, but I could take it back home to my parents, my brothers and sisters, and like teach them the correct way about banking and saving.
It's helping kids know and learn how, but I feel like every JPS school should have the opportunity to be more involved in the Hope Credit Union or get involved in, hey, I need a bank, I need to get a credit card, debit card, knowing what they're used for and how to manage it when you do.
To give them exposure to the real world, to the jobs that they could potentially have, but it also allows them to connect with their peers, to go back and take this financial education to their family. It allows them to bring financial education to the broader community.
More than 40 student and teacher accounts have been opened since the program began in 2017. In Jackson, Rosalind Anderson, 3 on your side.
Good afternoon, you guys. If you were not able to come to the first session, my name is Maya Lee with the City of Jackson, and I have the pleasure of introducing Mr. John McCarthy. He is the Financial Inclusion Officer for Hope Credit Union, and he will be our presenter as well as the lead for our financial literacy workshop today. And without further ado, Mr. John McCarthy.
Good afternoon, everyone. Again, my name is John McCarty. I am so excited and glad that you guys are joining us today. So to let you know what we're going to be doing, we're going to do a game and then have a PowerPoint. And then I want to talk about mindset and what's the difference between a bank and a credit union, because that's very important. But before we start with the game, I wanted to start off with reading a poem to you. So, I am your constant companion. I am your greatest helper or heaviest burden. I will push you onward or drag you down to failure. I am completely at your command. Half the things you do, you might as well turn over to me, and I will do them quickly and correctly. I am easily managed. You must be firm with me. Show me exactly how you want something done, and after a few lessons, I will do it automatically. I am the servant of great people, and alas, of all failures as well. Those who are great, I have made great. Those who are failures, I have made failures. I am not a machine, though I work with the precision of a machine, plus the intelligence of a person. You may run me for profit or run me for ruin. It makes no difference to me. Take me, train me, be firm with me, and I will place the world at your feet. Be easy with me, and I will destroy you. Who am I? I am habit. Now, habit is one of the things that you're dealing with when you're talking about financial education. It's the way you spend your money. It's how you get into that process. But like I said, we will talk more about that as we go through the PowerPoint. But right now, I want to share my screen and get the game started. Now, the game is called Spent, and the object of this game is to make it through 1 month on $1,000. And it will take you through life scenarios. And what I'm going to need you guys to do is we're going to pick our job, and you will enter that into the chat. And then we will go through these life scenarios going through this job. So thank you, and let's get started. Share.
And I also want to add for everyone who is participating in the game, so whoever puts in the first choice, that is the choice that we're going to go with. So I would advise everyone to enter as quickly as you can.
Okay, let's get this screen shared. Can you see my screen?
No, sir.
And bear with us as we're having this little technical difficulty. It is.
Mr. McCarthy, asked for the game, does it matter what job you use?
Does it matter if what?
Does it matter what job you choose for the game?
Yes, it does. It'll take you through, like I said, total different scenarios. So it will be nice when I can get it up. It's there we go. All right. So we are now, you are running out of money fast. It's time to get a job, any job. Here's what's available. Choose one. Second shift, looking for dependable, punctual, hardworking warehouse associates, must be able to lift 20 pounds and have reliable transportation. $9 an hour, 12 p.m. through 7 p.m. Next, join our team. Experienced server needed at casual restaurant with fast-paced and fun atmosphere. Apply in person. Tuesday through Friday, 2 p.m., $2.13 an hour plus tips. Hours vary. Office temp, know your way around the office. We're hiring for temporary workers all over the area. Administrative experience and attention to detail a must. $9 an hour. Hours vary. So which one are we taking?
First one that was chosen is join our team for the restaurant.
All right. Let's hope you get some good tips. The average salary for this job is $8 an hour, and you have to buy your uniform. Monthly pay before taxes, $1,280 minus your taxes, $192. Uniform is $40. Monthly take-home pay, $1,048. Weekly pay, $262. And our balance is over to, I guess it would be your right, $1,000, and we're on day one. So here we go. The Affordable Care Act requires you to get health insurance. The good news, your child is covered by the state. The bad, you aren't. Which plan do you want? Do you want the gold plan, $329 a month, $15 copay? Silver plan, $260 a month, $25 copay? Bronze plan, $230 a month, $45 copay? Or opt-out penalty, $12 a month?
Mr. McCarthy, can you give some tips of how students should be able to navigate this game?
You pick the choice that you feel would be best for the situation, and it will take money away with your choices that we make. So it's not really a win or lose. It's really about this is what the situations are. And can you make it through a month on $1,000?
Thanks. The first answer through was for the silver plan.
Okay, so we will pick the silver plan. You've got solid coverage and a medium copay, but it's costing you over $65 a paycheck. Okay, now you got to find a place to live. Right now, in the middle, it's $725 for rent. Travel is $83. So your total cost is $808. So, do we want to live closer and the rent goes to $778 and travel costs $50, or do we want to move further out? And the further out you go, the less your rent, but the more your travel costs. So do we want to go closer or farther away?
The first answer was farther away, but then there was this option of students asking, can they live with their parents?
Great question, and that goes on a lot today. But in this game, no, you have to find your own place. You are on your own. But great question. So the answer was further away?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And tell me when to stop.
So someone said in the middle. So I will stop.
Stop it right here?
A little bit more to the left.
A little bit more to the left?
Right there.
Right there. Okay. So our rent for the month is $713. Our travel cost is $90. You chose to live further away from your job, so your rent is lower, but your gas costs are higher. In fact, for every dollar a working family saves in housing, they spend an additional 77 cents for transportation. We're on day 3. Our balance is $197, and we're on day 4. Your new apartment is too small for your stuff. Rent a storage unit, have a yard sale. Ask a friend to store it.
The first answer was a yard sale.
Okay. You sold a bunch of stuff, but only made $150. So we're on day 4. Our balance moved up to $347. Without warning, your landlord has raised your rent effective immediately. When you argue that the increase is illegal, you're told if you don't like it, you can move out. What do you want to do? Pay it? Find somewhere else to live?
The first answer was ask a friend for help.
Okay, let's see. Okay, your income level qualifies you for food stamps. What do you want to do? Apply or go hungry?
Apply.
The good news is that you're approved for benefits. The bad news, they don't begin until next month. You've been experiencing some sharp pains in your chest lately, and your family has a history of heart problems. What do you want to do? Get it checked out, $25, ignore it. We're on day 7, we have $347.
Get it checked out was the first answer that came through.
Your doctor says you're fine, and since you opted in for health insurance, you only have to pay $25. We're at 322, day 8. Your boss moves you to the midday shift, which means fewer tables and way fewer tips. Future paychecks will be about $75 short. Day 8. You've been putting off doing laundry for weeks because you don't have a washer or dryer. What do you want to do? Go to the laundromat, $30, ask a friend, wear dirty clothes.
Ask a friend.
You guys must have some real good friends. Your car's registration is due, and it costs $250 to get it road legal. Your balance is $442, and you're on day 10. What do you want to do? Pay the money or take your chances?
Mr. McCarthy, the screen changed. I think you went off of share your screen.
Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Can you see it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
And I
thank
just
you.
want to add into there for anyone who's like joining in now. The goal of this game is to survive 30 days with the money we have. So we've already established a career, house, some of these essentials, and now we're just trying to progress for the rest of our 20 days we have left out of the 30. So whoever inputs the first answer, that's the answer we're going with for our decisions.
So your car's registration is due. It'll cost you $250 to get it road legal. What do you want to do? Pay the money or take your chances? $442 left. Take our chances, huh? You'll save money in the short term, but you'll have to pay a $100 late fee for waiting. And if you get pulled over, you're looking at $1,500 to get your car back. During a routine traffic stop, we're on day 11, guys. A police officer spotted your expired registration tags. Your car's been impounded and it'll cost you $1,500 to get it back. What do you want to do? Pay the money or give up your car?
Give up the car.
No car means you can't go to work, which means you're out of a job. You won't get any more paychecks, so your money is really going to have to stretch. You've just lost your job. You won't get any more paychecks, so you'll have to make your money last. We're on day 11, 442 left. Your child comes home in tears and threatens to stop eating lunch because other kids made fun of all the free lunch kids. What do you want to do? Add lunch money to your monthly budget, $3 a day? Risk them going hungry.
Risk them going hungry.
Ouch. Your child isn't the only one. Many children who qualify for free or reduced cost lunch choose to go hungry rather than face the stigma of being identified as poor. Remember, these groceries need to last you a few weeks. What do you want to buy? So, we got to make groceries, guys. We're on day 13. We've got apples, beans, ramen noodles, baby carrots, cereal, cheese, chicken, 3-pound bag, fish sticks, drink mix, eggs, hot dogs, milk, orange juice, peanut butter, paper towels, spaghetti, bread, tomatoes, spaghetti sauce, and toilet paper.
agree. So the first response was bread and water. Then there was a response looking at noodles.
Okay.
Someone said toilet paper.
So bread,
Water.
water. Where are we at? Okay, water's faucet, so I guess we're good. Bread, water,
Noodles.
bread, noodles.
Ramen noodles.
Okay.
Someone said toilet paper.
Toilet paper's essential.
Someone said milk and beans.
Milk, beans.
And then hot dog.
Hot dogs. We got anything else we need?
Let's see. There was chicken also.
Chicken?
And I think that's the last thing.
Okay. So we spent $20. We're on day 13. Almost 15% of American households had a hard time getting enough to eat at some point during 2012. Your family pet is sick and won't get better without treatment. What do you want to do? Treatments, $400. Have it put to sleep. 50. Let your pet suffer.
Let him die. Let him suffer.
Hey, those are some of the choices that have to be made. It's easier to look for extra ways to make money if you have access to the web, but you don't have internet at home since you moved. What do you want to do? Sign up for home internet, $60 a month. Get online at the public library. Go without internet. We're on day 15. We still got 422, guys.
Sign up for some home internet.
Okay, we're at 362, day 16. Your bathroom sink has a small leak that just became a big leak. Your landlord won't return your calls and you can't put it off any longer. What do you want to do? Call a plumber or try to fix it yourself?
Try to fix it yourself.
Home improvement is cheaper when you do it yourself, but not free. Supplies still put you out $50. So we're at 312, day 17. Your tooth has been hurting for weeks and it's starting to get unbearable. You need a root canal, but you don't have dental insurance. What do you want to do? Get it fixed? $400? Use some numbing gel.
Numbing gel.
One in four Americans do not have dental insurance, and without coverage, putting off basic care could mean emergency surgery that is twice as expensive. We're at 312, day 17, guys. Your neighbor is moving and has offered to pay you $50 to help, but they reserved the truck during the time your kid will be starring in a school play. What do you want to do? Take the job or go see the play?
Take the job.
All right. You're taking the job. You'll miss the play, but that 50 will make a difference, which is a big reason parents with low incomes tend to be less involved in their children's schooling and extracurricular activities. Your credit card kept you afloat while you were trying to hold on to your home. But even though the house is gone, the balance isn't. What do you want to do? Pay it off, $7,300. Pay the minimum, $219. Ignore it.
Ignore it.
Ignore it. Ignoring your bills makes your credit score plummet, so you'll have a hard time finding a job or getting a loan. And we'll talk about this during the PowerPoint, but credit is king, as they say. You're walking down the street when you see someone drop a $10 bill. What do you want to do? Situational ethics. Give it to them or pocket the $10. We're on day 20. We got $362.
Take it. Pocket the $10.
Your college degree isn't helping you right now, but you still have to pay your loans. You just got a bill for $250. What do you want to do? Pay it or ignore it? We're on day 21.
Ignore it.
Unemployment has hit college grads hard. The student loan default rate is 14.7%, the highest it's been in over 2 decades. Your coat is in tatters. A neighbor notices and stops by to offer you their hand-me-down coat. What do you want to do? Take the coat, turn it down. We're on day 22.
Take it.
Your child hasn't been invited to a birthday party. They need to bring a present. What do you want to do? Buy the present, $10. Send out a present, keep your kid home from the party. Day 23, $372.
The first answer was buy the present.
All right, 2 bills are due today. What do you want to do? Pay cell phone bill? Pay car insurance? Borrow money from a friend? Day 24, 6 days left.
Pay the car insurance.
But we got no car. Your cell phone has been disconnected for non-payment. When payday comes, you can reconnect, but in addition to your bill, you'll have to pay a $25 fee. Your kid has a friend over when you hear the telltale sign of the ice cream truck. They both run to the truck. What do you want to do? Are you buying some ice cream, $5? You're on day 25. Are you saying no?
No.
Ooh, you guys are mean. A bunch of friends are going to a free concert tonight and you want to go, but you've got a kid to worry about. What do you want to do? Get a babysitter, $30, stay home. On day 26.
Stay at home.
Everyone needs a break sometime, except not everyone can afford one. That's probably why stress levels are higher among low-paid workers. Your stress level is through the roof these days. A friend who hears you're venting offers you a cigarette to take the edge off. What do you want to do? Light up or say no? Day 27.
Say no.
One of the main reasons people start smoking as adults is stress. There is a misconception that smoking relieves stress, so some people pick up the habit during difficult periods of life transition. A friend of a friend needs a place to stay. He's offered you $200 to camp out in your living room. What do you want to do? Day 28. Say yes, say no.
Yes.
High costs often force people to share housing. Your child is above average, and we're on day 29, average in language skills, but is struggling with math. What do you want to do? Give your child help, hire a tutor, and ask a friend.
Hire a tutor.
Your child wants to join an after school, day 30, guys, sports team, which requires a physical and uniform. What do you want to do? Say yes or say no? Say yes is 50.
No. Say no.
You made it through the month with $412, but rent's due tomorrow. Okay, so guys, the reason why we did that exercise is because I wanted you guys to see what goes on in everyday decision making, and what you're going to do and what happens as far as your budget. When you're in survival mode, sometimes that is the time when you make the worst decisions, because the only thing you're thinking of is trying to make it through that next minute, the next hour. So it is good to have a budget, and I'm going to ask anybody out there, do you know what is the meaning of the word budget?
For some, it is to save money.
Okay.
And another one responded that it is spending money with restrictions.
Good, good, good. Those are great answers. At the end of the day, guys, a budget is nothing more than a plan. It is how you spend your money and that's what we're going to go into next. So those are great answers, guys. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Budget. Like I said, a budget is, in its simplest forms, is nothing more than just a plan. So we've already asked what is a budget, and a budget includes the income, which is the money that you are receiving, your expenses, that's the money going out, and hopefully savings and excess income. Now, they say start immediately, but 11th, 12th grade, some of you may have jobs, some of you might. So you want to, if you're making a budget, write down every penny that you spend for the month. Everything counts. Think about your future income. So if you're working a seasonal job, you may want to look at how much is coming in, and then when you have lulls, or if you're working a regular job and you're going to school, when are your peak hours, and does that change during the summer? So those are the things that you look at as you're creating a budget. And then you always go, they say it's called conservative, you underestimate your income and overestimate your expenses. And that way, that should help with trying to make sure that you're not surprised by anything. And those who do not plan to fail. So you write down your plan, and you write it down in great detail. And I say save for the unexpected, because then when something happens, so like if you get a flat tire, if you save for that, then it's not killing your paycheck. It's something that we call it emergency fund. So there's something to think about. And here's what a budget looks like, a sample monthly budget. You've got your income. And here, this person has another job. And then if there's any other income coming in, and that could be anything from knowing that you're going to, maybe seasonal, you could count if you know you're going to get so much for grades, or if you're going to, your grandmother gives you so much for your birthday, or even graduation. Those are things sometimes you can actually pad into your budget to help with savings and everything else. You have mortgage, rent, car payments, health insurance, heating, cable, phone, electricity. These are all things that you need to account for in your budget. So, like I said, income from all sources, expenses in order of what's important to you. You may think having the cell phone is more important than having cable or having a streaming service. Or you may, like, you know what? I like to read. I got a cell phone. I can look at everything on a cell phone. So streaming may not be important. It's what's important to you. And leftover spending. So that's your stuff that you have after everything else is spent. Needs are more important than wants. And there's a thing called Maslow's hierarchy. So you take care of your base and then you can get to higher level needs. So needs, 50% of your income. So this budgeting rule is the 50-30-20. And it's just something you can try. Nothing's perfect and it's got to fit you and your lifestyle. So housing, rent, food, groceries, transportations, bills, and utilities. Your wants, dining out, shopping, entertainment, travel, savings, emergency fund, needs and wants. Now, if we were in person, I would have us break into semicircles and go through what is needs and what are wants. So what I would like to do, since I can't do that, is somebody, you see these needs, rents, utilities, cell phone, somebody give me what can be a need and also a want. Anybody?
Someone offered the internet. Is that a need or a want? Or which one would it fall under more so?
And the internet's a good question. And that depends. What can be a need for someone can be a want for someone else. If you are, say, like right now, we're dealing with COVID right now. So working from home, I need a good connection so that I can do my work. So it can be a need and it can be a want. So that's a very good one.
Another need that was offered was like toilet paper or electricity. Some of the wants include clothing, books.
Okay. So I want you to do me a favor because, like I said, if I was doing this in person, I would ask you to dream big. So I want to hear 3 wants that are like if you had a magic wand and you had as much money, whatever needed, what would that want be? And while you're thinking about that, I know mine, one of the things that I will be purchasing is I want a BMW motorcycle. I spent time in Germany, and so I've gotten addicted to speed. So I really am going to, my next vehicle purchase will probably be a BMW motorcycle because I just love the way they feel and I love how fast that you can go on the highway. So that is one of my major wants.
Someone said she gave 2 instead of 3. She wants a paid off house and car.
Wow, that is nice and practical. And I love it. You know, and one of those things is I look at you and I say, when you're looking at your wants, dream big and shoot for those goals. You want a paid off house and car, and I would look at you and say, set goals for that. So when do you want that? What career are you going to have so that you're able to achieve those goals? Are you going to be an entrepreneur? Are you going to be working for somebody? And it's one of those things where you look at it and you're like, okay, does my career choice fit the lifestyle that I want to lead? And if that is no, or if you're not sure, you may want to do some research. Because if you want to live this lavish life of having a 6-car garage, living on a moat, having a 13-room mansion with a movie theater, then you probably don't want to be a waitress. You have to look at what the lifestyle that you want to live, and then look at your passion and your gifting and find a way to get paid for it. And once you've found that, your success is pretty much your choosing. So, along with the budget, you guys, some of you may, because you're 18, may be able to sign contracts, but some of you are still underage. So in Mississippi, you have to be 18 in order to sign a contract. And that can involve credit. And credit right now is, well, let me ask you, what is credit? We got any takers?
Yes. Planning to pay money later. How credible or trustworthy you are financially.
Oh, good.
Someone said it's a flawed or a flawed system used to oppress minorities. Different opinions regarding.
No, I like that. I like all those answers. So here's the thing. Especially in regards to that minority question or answer, sometimes you have to work in the system that you have in order to create either a better system or move on to something else. So you guys' answers were spot on. Credit is the way that it's your history of paying your debts. And most people do not have the money to drop where they buy a house just outright with cash or a car. So they go to a financial institution, a credit union or bank, and get a loan. And you may be denied on that history. So real quickly, I want to look at amount owed is 30%, types of credit, what kind debts do you have, that's 10, new credit, that's 10%, your credit history, how long have you had each account, and your payment history is 35%. So that's what makes up your credit report. So it's, in order to get favorable terms on loans, it is a good idea to make sure you pay your bills and pay your bills on time. And speaking of time, since we are getting close to the end, just some quick tips on how do I raise my score. You pay on time, pay off debt, keep balances low, think twice before opening new accounts, do not close accounts, dispute incorrect information. Late payments stay on for 7 years. Public record items stay on for 7. Bankruptcies last for 10. And credit inquiries stay on for 2 years. So, like I said, I'm looking at the time. Does anybody have any questions?
Yes, there were a few that popped up. The first question was, can you start your credit if you were on one of your parents' card?
That's a good question. What they can do is, it depends on if you are primary, and if it's they can do is a secured credit card, and that is they put the money up front and let you use that card, and then you pay back at the end of the month, and that would start working your own credit history. Great question.
And there was one more question. The question was, would you take $10,000 cash, or would you prefer an excellent credit score?
Depends on what I'm doing. If I am looking at, this is my philosophy, money should work for you. So if I can take that $10,000 and invest it and get more on my return, then I'm taking the cash. Because if I've got a great credit score, then that can help me with getting loans or getting a house or getting a car. But that's, car's a depreciating asset, and that means that it's going to go down in value the minute I drive it off the lot. So it depends on the situation, but great question.
We have time, I think, for maybe 2 more questions. The first question is how to either build up your credit score, or how to maintain a good credit.
Okay. Maintaining good credit, you pay your bills on time. Building, you can start with either getting like I said before, you can look at a secured credit card, and that's putting money aside and using that money to borrow against it. Or as you start getting income tax, what you can do is use that money to help build your credit. So you want a loan, you take the money, go to a financial institution, say, here's $500 and I want to borrow against that. And then you pay that off in little monthly installments, and you're raising your score. Paying on time is critical.
Awesome. And the last question has multiple layers to it. It's revolving around getting a loan. So
Okay.
how to choose whether you should get a loan for a house or a car, where to get a loan, and when should you pull from that loan, or how should you start to pay off that loan?
Okay. So one of the things I was taught as a kid was shop around. So go to 3 different institutions. And this is where the difference between a bank and a credit union could be key to you. A bank is a for-profit business and a credit union is a nonprofit. So usually your rates at credit unions are cheaper and your expectations are a little bit more lenient, because once you become a member of a credit union, you are part owner of that credit union. And their job of the credit union is to serve their members and make sure that they have access to capital. So it's usually easier to go a credit union. And as far as when to pay back, that's where you have to look at the terms of your loan, and that may be something you can negotiate. Maybe your first payment is 2 months out. And those are things that you have to look at. And so that you can start saving for that payment, so that, again, it's not a chunk out of your check, unless you can do it without that. And if you're making enough where it's just one of your regular expenses. So there's several ways to do that.
Gotcha. And first, thank you, Mr. McCarthy. To round up this conversation, what are some things you want the students to have from this game, as well as this conversation looking at budgeting and credit?
Okay. You guys are 11th and 12th graders. So you're about to go either into a trade, workforce, or go to college. And 11th graders, you're on that path to that. I want you to understand mindset. Your mindset is so key into moving forward. I listen to, my parents are old school and they say garbage in, garbage out. So I listen to Dr. Miles Monroe, Les Brown, Rocky, even Arnold Schwarzenegger. Is crazy. Some stuff from on YouTube giving me positive vibes in the morning. So this is one of the things that I think about. Your imagination is so key to your success. If you dream it, you can believe it. If you believe it, you can see it. If you see it, you can achieve it. So I urge you guys to dream big. Make sure that you have a plan, because if you do not plan, you plan to fail. Everybody says that they have dreams, and that's great. That's wonderful. But what are your steps? What are you doing to make sure that you reach those dreams? Something that I found in this journey, you have a gifting and you have a passion. If you can marry the two and find a way to get paid for it, you don't have a job. You have your life goal, your inspiration. And that's what I would urge you guys to do, is to take this financial education, take these credit, and find ways to plan for your future, and not just plan, but execute, so that you can be all that you want to be. Because there's nothing, one of the things I'm learning is the only thing that can stop you is you. And that's just real. There's roadblocks, stuff that you will run into, but you got to look at it like this, and it goes back to mindset. If a roadblock is put in my path, I'm going over it, around it, under it, or through it. But it will not hinder me from my dream. So with that, I tell you, dream big, dream great. That's why I asked you with the needs and the wants, because that's what I want. That's what I want for you, is to dream big, dream great. We're here in the great state of Mississippi, and we have yet to start telling our stories. Be the generation that tells the story of just how great you are, and by way, make Mississippi great.
Thank you, Mr. McCarthy. And one final thing, we want to also, given that today is Education Day, we want to expose showcase some of the opportunities, especially occupational and educational opportunities for us to be engaged with. So I'm going to show a video for the Mississippi Coding Academy, which is a free academy for students to be engaged with, whether you are graduating from high school or you're in beginning years for college. And Gavin is about to start that video for everybody to be able to see.
Thank you.
Everybody doing? My name is Trevor Brown, and I am an instructor for the Mississippi Coding Academy. This is directed to all of the high school seniors, some juniors out there, even sophomore and freshmen, you know, and you're wondering, what is your next step in life after you reach this milestone that's a high school diploma. So we know that there's obviously college out there for some people. There's also the military. Some people may even want to go straight into the workforce. Well, what we do at the Mississippi Coding Academy is we provide for you an alternative, what I like to call a detour to a great future. What we do at the Mississippi Coding Academy is we teach young individuals such as yourself. We teach you coding / computer programming. You're learning what's called the fundamentals of the full stack. And what I mean by the full stack is you're learning everything on the front end of the web. So you're learning how to build web pages, the look of it, the structure, everything there. And then there's also the back end. So all the data that's being stored and how do you keep information, how do you maintain information and keep it secure? And then how do you connect those two pieces together? That's what we teach in the Mississippi Coding Academy. And it is an 11-month course. It is tuition free. Not only do we teach you that, but we teach you what's called the soft skills that will help you become marketable and employable. And what I mean by that is you'll be able to get a job and not just get any kind of job, but you can start your career as a web developer immediately after the Mississippi Coding Academy. So it's really workforce simulated. What I mean by that, it doesn't look like traditional high school where you're taking a bunch of notes and you're listening to somebody like me ramble on for an hour and a half. You're looking at the board or you're playing on your phone while the teacher's talking. That's not what we do at the Mississippi Coding Academy. No, at the Mississippi Coding Academy, you are getting hands-on experience. You're learning by actually doing. We walk you through the material. We walk you through all the principles and the concepts that are involved in programming, and you're learning by actually doing the work. I'm stepping away right now from my class where we're learning coding, learning JavaScript through building tic-tac-toe. Last week, we built a menu, and there's lots of other projects that we do. It's a great experience. Our hours are Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock to 3:30, so it looks a little bit more like work. We don't do homework or anything like that. You're learning by doing. If you're somebody who you're not really sure what you want to do after you graduate from high school, or maybe you know that you want to get into computers and study that, I would like to extend the Mississippi Coding Academy out to you because I believe it's a great opportunity for young people. You get to come out and meet other young people. You're learning how computers work with a lot of other people, and you're learning all the soft skills, how to fill out a resume, how to update and build your resume. You're learning how to conduct yourself at work. So when you graduate from the academy, you're prepared to go out into the workforce and start your career. Not to just toss out numbers, but I know people like to hear about the numbers. The average starting salary in the state of Mississippi for a junior web developer currently is $46,500 a year. And that's the starting salary. That's not where you finish. To put that in perspective, the last time I checked, the average salary for City of Jackson employees is $36,000 a year. So what you're talking about is, as a junior developer, you are starting above the average salary for individuals in the City of Jackson, which is a great opportunity, not just for the individuals who participate in this program, but also for the city and also for the state, because with that access to capital, there's a lot more things that we all can get done. So, I mean, we get these roads fixed, right? we get a good water system. We get better schools. A lot of other things that happen just by increasing the capital in the City of Jackson. It's a great course. It's a great opportunity, and it's 11 months long. If you don't have a laptop, that's not going to be a burden. We supply laptops for anybody who needs them. Anybody, you know, worried about lunch or anything like that, once we get back into the office, you know, the Coding Academy does supply lunch for everyone. And again, we work downtown. You get that downtown experience. It's a great opportunity for any young person. I certainly wish that it was around when I was way back in my high school years. I would have enjoyed learning this. So yeah, I mean, if you are not certain about what you want to do yet, you haven't made up your mind, or if you know that you want to do computers, but you know you're still looking for which college you want to attend or whatever, I would like to extend an opportunity with the Mississippi Coding Academy to you. How can you get in touch with us? Well, you can go to our website, www.mscoding.org, www.ms as in Mississippi coding.org. We have an application that is there on the site. You can fill out that application. All of those applications come directly to me, to my email, so I will get my eyes on them. So you fill out an application there. You can also contact me. My work number is 769-300-1534. I can also be reached at Herb, H-E-R-B, at mscodingacademies.org. So those are 3 ways right there that you can get in touch with the Coding Academy and get some more information. We have a great team. We have great instructors. We stay current with all the materials, so you're not going to be behind what the industry is doing. If the industry comes up with a new wave tomorrow, we're on it today. We're using it right then and there. Okay, so understand that whatever it is that you're learning in the Coding Academy is going to be current material that will have you prepared for employment upon graduation. I'm Herbert Brown again. I wish I could be at the schools talking to you all like I normally do, but unfortunately we can't. Everybody wear your masks so we can get these numbers down so we can go back to running our business, as Ms. One said on the Wiz. Thank you all very much.
Nice.
And Mr. McCarthy, one, thank you for joining and for actually presenting this needed information for everyone. One question that an audience member was asking, can they get your email address to be able to send you questions and follow up?
Yes. Email is, well, you have it, right?
Yeah, and I'll send it out in the chat, as well as I will send it in an email to everyone.
Yeah.
But can you get it out for just in case for anyone who's
Sure.
the video later?
John, John, .McCarty, MCCARTY, at Hope, HOPECU.org. So John, JOHN, McCarty, MCCARTY, at Hope, HOPECU.org.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
also to everyone who was able to participate with the game as well as asking any questions. I hope your questions were answered. The link is in the chat for the game, which is spent, as well as there is a link in the chat for the poll. It's time sensitive, so it will cut off, as well as it's going to be counted for attendance. Just a reminder that we have our evening education post-COVID panel, and I hope you guys will be able to attend that at 6:30. And then on the TAC Jackson website, there is the post-secondary fair. So we have some of the programs as well as universities and schools within the state that you're able to access some of their information and contact their people to have like more a visit as well as any other questions you may have. There is an area for any of the recordings that's been happening from yesterday to today, as well as there's My Education, My Purpose submission for anyone who is interested in doing that. Thank you so much for joining us today.